For the third day in a row, Florida State has landed a transfer offensive lineman, and Alex Atkins has reloaded that unit for the 2023 season. Hey guys, thanks for coming to the channel. Thanks for watching this video. Super exciting news today we'll talk about in just a minute. Make sure you're subscribed. Tomorrow's signing day. We are going to have a ton of content and breaking news on the channel, so you want to make sure you're here. Click subscribe. Few days left until Christmas. I don't even know if you can get your order yet. You may have to expedite the shipping, but garnetandgold.com is your go-to spot for all things FSU gear, FSU licensed apparel, FSU memorabilia, collectibles, whatever you're looking for. Garnetandgold.com. You can use code NOSLAW, N-O-S-L-A-W, at checkout to get 15% off your order. They give back to our boosters. They give back to our NIL efforts. Garnetandgold.com, the best people in Tallahassee. Make sure you're supporting them today. Keiondre Jones picked FSU as his transfer destination, and the Noles picked up their third offensive line transfer in as many days. Keandre Jones is a 6'4", 340-pound interior offensive lineman. He's got a really good PFF grade in 2021. Fell off a little bit there in 2022, but he did start 2 seasons for the Tigers in 2020 and 2021. He's got 1,500 plus career snaps. Really big there when you bring in that much experience, and especially the fact that it's SEC experience. I know that he lost his job last year, wasn't able to maintain that starting spot, but I think that much experience is really big and really crucial for the Noles. Last year, they brought in another guy that had a ton of experience in Justin Turntine from South Carolina. I know that people questioned that take and they wondered about it. Well, Jazz stepped in when some injuries happened on that offensive line, and he was monumental for the Noles. I think that you could see something similar here from Jones, somebody who is going to give you quality snaps, who has really good experience, and could end up making a difference for you on that offensive line. He's a strong, powerful guy, kind of what you would expect from a guy that's that big and large. But he's going to come in and compete for a starting spot. There's no doubt in my mind about it. Maybe he gets that starting spot, maybe he doesn't, but he's going to push. What I also think is that what you've seen with transfer incoming offensive linemen here, when you think about Gibbons, when you think about Bless Harris, when you think about Turntine, when you think about Emmanuel, when you think about Caden Lyles, if they didn't start, they pushed that guy ahead of them to be even better. And I think that that's something we'll expect here from Jones as he looks to revamp his career under Alex Atkins. You're losing 2 guards in Dillan Gibbons and Dimitri Emmanuel, and that's super concerning for FSU. How do you reload there? Those were 2 of your better offensive linemen last year, both making all ACC teams. It's worrisome for sure. The offensive line was a strength for the Noles last year. It let that offense be a top 10 offense in the country, both by regular stats and advanced stats metrics that things are measured by. How do the Noles combat that? They land 3 offensive linemen in 3 straight days. Sought after good offensive linemen. You have Roddick coming from Colorado. You have Jeremiah Byers coming from UTEP. He's the top tackle prospect in the transfer portal, a top 10, according to On3 transfer target. And then you've also got today's commitment, Keandre Jones, an SEC 2-year starter that you've now picked up as well. The offensive line may not only be reloaded, they may have upgraded when fully healthy. We'll see exactly how things shake out once you get into spring and into fall. But I think that the depth they're adding, as well as the younger guys coming up, this offensive line could be even better in 2023. If he doesn't start for FSU, not only do I think that he will push the guys in front of him, I think he's going to be a quality depth piece for the Noles. I think that he's got every opportunity to go out and compete for that starting job, but we know what happens on that offensive line. Florida State couldn't even make it out of fall camp last year without a couple of guys getting banged up. Then you have guys get banged up during and in the season. He's going to play quality reps, and he's going to be a quality depth piece at worst, maybe a starter for the Noles. Why does this help him? Well, first of all, he's going to get developed by the best offensive line coach in the country. No slight to Auburn. I know they had coaching changes there, and I like Hugh Freeze and think he'll do a good job. Alex Atkins is the best offensive line coach in the country. If you're going to go anywhere to try and be developed and try to revitalize your career, there's no better place in the country than going to Tallahassee. I think that helps him. I think he's going to help the Noles for the reasons we listed earlier in being a depth piece, pushing starters, or maybe even winning that starting job on the inside. Huge shout out, huge hats off to my guy, Alex Atkins. Florida State identified targets, and they went out and got them. This offensive line class might be finished, and we might be done adding pieces to it. Now, if somebody enters that they're really, really interested in, or somebody comes around that they think they can't miss on, they'll go after them. But Florida State identified a need and knew that they needed to not only reload, but upgrade their offensive line, and they did it quickly. Offense has been completely revamped at the two biggest positions of need, bringing in 2 tight ends and 3 offensive line additions. The portal opened 15 days ago. Florida State has already added 6 guys, 5 on offense and 1, Darrell Jackson, the defensive tackle, on that side of the ball. Credit to the staff for how quickly they've moved. It has been super impressive to see. I think now what we're going to transition to is turning our attention towards that defensive side. They're targeting some guys in the secondary. They're targeting some more defensive linemen. I know that there's another offensive line potential addition that we're talking through and looking at, but I think we'll now transition to the defense, and we'll see how they can upgrade on that side. But massive shout out to the staff, Alex Atkins, Mike Norvell, and everybody really involved with this. Landing Keandre Jones is huge for the Noles. He was sought after. He's a guy that several colleges were looking after. And I think it's huge that the Noles were able to move quickly, decisively, and get him in the fold as fast as they did. I appreciate your time today. I appreciate you tuning in and watching this. Again, signing day tomorrow. Make sure you're subscribed. There's some exciting stuff coming. We've got some videos already recorded, some things that we know are coming and just haven't said yet. Want to let kids have their moment. So we've got some stuff that I know you guys are going to love. Make sure you're subscribed below. Shoot me a comment. Give me a big goal, Noles, after we get a big-time transfer commit from Keandre Jones, SEC caliber, Auburn offensive line. And then lastly, make sure you share this video. We appreciate that a ton. We don't ask for that as much, but if you'll share the video, we would certainly appreciate it. Make sure you're supporting Garnet and Gold by using code NOSLAW at checkout. Get your Christmas shopping done now if you haven't already, if you're like me. Appreciate you guys a ton. We'll talk to you soon. Go Noles.